Oh, what do I have?
Yeah.
What do I have? Feedback. I got feedback. Now what do I have? Now I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Now I got feedback.
How about now?
I still got feedback.
I mean, they didn't do the right thing.
Nobody did the right thing.
Nobody did the right thing.
No. I barely hear you. And I hear an echo of me.
Okay, you still getting the feedback?
Still getting feedback. Still getting it. I love how we test everything out ahead of time. Nobody gets this thing right. It's amazing.
All right, you getting a feedback now?
Yes.
Now?
Yes. No. Now I'm good. Now you just got to talk louder.
What about now?
No, good now. That's what happens when Squeeze goes on vacation. No, it was good before. Leave it. Put it back.
Brad.
Good. No, not good anymore. Was good, not good anymore. No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. It was good before. What? Go turn that other button back. How about now?
I can't hear you, though.
You don't hear me.
Okay, what about that?
No, because now I have feedback.
These guys got to fix this
This is unbelievable.
Keep forgetting I'm on the air.
Yes, you're on the air.
What the hell did they do here?
What did they do?
It was good before.
Yeah, but did you guys test the mix minus?
Nobody tested nothing.
No.
Hello? Now I don't hear Squeeze. Now hello. Still Devin. Still. Ay. All right, Squeeze. Either you do the show or I do the show.
One second.
One or the other. Ay. This is terrible. Horrible.
You sound like you're in the stadium.
I sound like I'm in a stadium. I'm in a stadium. Isn't that annoying? I'm actually doing that echo now.
Yeah, you're echoing the echo.
I'm echoing the echo. That's horrible.
It's one too many echoes.
Yes. Way too many echoes.
Okay.
They had it good.
No.
Brad, you sure you don't have your thing up?
What thing do you want me to put up?
If you have your buttons punched in up there, man.
Okay, now what? Hello? Now I don't hear anything. See, now I don't hear anything. Now I don't hear anything. Hello? I can't hear Jack. Live radio! Welcome to live radio. Let's see now. Squeeze.
Start.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's too many echoes. I'm sorry.
Many echoes?
Yeah, your men down there did not do a very good job in setting up. Squeeze is in Jamaica right now. I'm in MetLife Stadium on the 50-yard line.
It's a great accomplishment.
It's a great
I would say.
accomplishment. Unfortunately, football season doesn't start for 6 more months.
So you're just out here by
I'm
yourself.
just out here by myself.
You and the janitor and the
Me and the janitor and the
groundskeepers.
groundskeepers. This is awful. This is beyond awful. Suzette Sinclair. We are aware we're echoing. Very well aware of that. Yes. Brenda, good morning. Morning. Shani Bay, good morning. Squeeze, you there? No, Squeeze. All right.
Yes, hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Brad.
I hear you now. Nope, no more. I got an echo again.
Got an echo again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Could we like do a show?
Listen, man, I'm out. Just do the show. Let me go deal with this situation.
Yeah, thank you very
I'll
much.
disconnect straight.
All right, okay,
Just hang up on me.
Thank you. All right. And can you do me a favor then? Can you do me a favor then? Mr. Squeeze? Can you tell him to share his page onto my page so his viewers can watch on Facebook? Okay. All right, thank you. All right. So, Mr. Squeeze, I am going to disconnect now and connect straight to VIP. Is that correct? Mr. Squeeze? Let's see. Nope, I can't do that. Mr. Squeeze, I can't do a show with an echo. Okay, you're disconnecting. Thank you. Tell me when. All right. Hello? Okay. Disconnecting. Now we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I am doing this without Squeeze. Squeeze went to Jamaica. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. I am doing it live here with little Nikki and Kyle, the new SMG. Invisible Squeeze Regular Squeeze is in Jamaica,
Echoing.
driving us crazy. And the funny thing is that he spoke to the guys down there, and they said everything was perfect. We don't need to test anything.
Who would ever say that?
They said
NASA doesn't even say that.
That's the way they operate down there. We spoke to them last night.
They just wing it.
We spoke to them last night. I spoke to everybody down there in Jamaica. They said, yeah, no problem. I said, do you have to test? No, we got it. It's fine. Everything's good. We never touched anything since last time you came. I said, okay, great.
But we've upgraded our system. That's the problem.
Did we upgrade our system?
We upgraded everything.
We did.
We're bigger and better now.
We have a better SMG.
2.0.
Right,
Not
SMG
better, just
2.0.
different.
We have Little Nicky 3.0, right?
There it is.
Little Nicky updated herself, right? She had some new software, added some new software, some new. I don't know what am I saying.
Yeah, you're just.
Babbling. All right, 1-800-529-5465. You know what I'm happy about?
What's
That
that?
Daniel's not here filming this. We don't want to know. We don't want to know about that.
I mean, that would have made good, funny bloopers.
Yeah, we don't want to
You
know about
echoing
this
yourself?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Andrew, thank you. Pleasure seeing you down there in Jamaica joining us. And Marcia, nothing is working at all, or maybe it's working right now. Please let me know on Facebook if everything's working. On YouTube, we have 13 people watching. Please let me know on YouTube if everything's working. And on Periscope, I'm going to log into Periscope right now. And let's see if everything's working there on Periscope. I think we got everything now working on WVIP. We're going to open up the telephone lines, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800, not working. What's not working?
On what?
Facebook, not working. Nothing's working on Facebook. So maybe you have to check the Wi-Fi connection. 1-800-529-5465. Shani Bay says it is working on
This is
Facebook.
one person.
One
Yeah.
person. Okay, so let's see if more than one person says it's not working. Working on Periscope and up and running on YouTube. So it's up and running on YouTube at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. Up and running on Periscope at Spar Bernstein.
Suzette and Cordella say it's working.
It is working.
And
I
David.
can hear on Facebook at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. And can somebody please let Squeeze's people know to please share their feed onto our feed? Because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people on. You don't know how to reach Squeeze?
I have Zenmar's number.
Zenmar's number, correct. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Chris,
Hey, good morning, everyone.
what's
How's
happening?
everybody?
What's happening?
I applied for my citizenship last year in November. I just did the biometrics. How long after that do you think I have to wait?
About another 3 months.
Another 3 months?
Yeah.
All right. I have just one more
Sure.
quick question. I have a fiance living in Jamaica. Should we wait until I get the citizenship before we get married, or?
Well, it
Can I do it
depends.
before?
It depends what you want to do. So
Okay.
if you want to bring her up on a fiance visa, you're not going to get married. You're going to wait for her citizenship, wait for your citizenship, and then you're going to file a fiance visa to bring her up here. That would be the fastest way to physically
Okay.
get her united with you. On the other hand, if you say, I don't want to marry her here, I want to marry her, I want to get married down wherever she is, Jamaica, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I want to get married in Jamaica. I want to file for my wife. I want to get my wife here as quickly as possible because on the fiance visa, she still is not getting a green card. She's just physically getting here, and then you have to marry and do a whole other thing. So if it's I'm going to get married, just bring her here on my green card. Then go right now, marry her, file for her as a resident. And when you become a citizen, upgrade it. And if you do that now, she'll be here in about a year, assuming you become a citizen.
I really heard about it, but you think the fiance visa is the quickest way?
Assuming you're going to be a citizen in the next 90 days, I think a fiance visa is the quickest way. If your citizenship's going to be delayed, then my prognostication is incorrect, and you should have gotten married and filed for her to bring her up. It just, I'm assuming you're going to be a citizen in the next 90 days. I'm assuming
Okay.
that's under that assumption. All right?
Okay, all right. No problem.
All right,
Thank you very much.
if you need help, hang on 1 second, all right? 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Squeeze, where everybody's wondering what happened to Squeeze. Squeeze went to Jamaica. He is redoing, redecorating, reconfiguring, re-architecturing. What's the word? masterminding his fiction fantasy nightclub down in Jamaica. They're redoing the whole place.
I like the name.
Yeah, they closed it down for, I think, 3 or 4 months, so he went down to check on the construction. So then he said he has studios down in Jamaica where he lives, and he has a bunch of guys there who are engineers, apparently. And I say that apparently because allegedly. So he was going to do the show down in Jamaica while we do it here in New York, so he can check on the construction and everything. And of course, it sounded like I was on the 50-yard line and he was underwater. So Squeeze has bailed from the Brad and Squeeze show, and it is just Brad and Kyle as SMG2, and it is Little Nicky as Little Nicky 3.0.
Correct.
Correct. 3.0. I can't wait for 7+ to come. Little Nicky 7+?
You're not ready for that.
I'm not
level.
ready for Little Nicky 7+?
No.
No. All right. 1 second. I got to share this, by the way. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to follow my own directions and share.
Everyone needs to share.
Yeah, I'm going to follow my own directions and share. So right now, while I'm sharing, would be a good time for everybody else to share. I'm sharing onto my timeline, which is Brad Bernstein, and you can follow me there on Facebook. Or you don't even have to follow me. You can make me your friend. Anyone who makes me a friend, I say yes. That's
Friend of the people.
That's my new policy. You ask for friendship, I say yes. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529. And Marcia says she's not hearing the audio either.
Yes, we're asking Marcia to refresh her page.
Refresh her page, Marcia, and if you still don't hear, let us know. And Little Nicky, can you just check to see what the Wi-Fi is on the Facebook? Is it
That would end the stream.
that would end? No, we don't want to end streams.
Yeah, so-
that would be very dangerous. Didn't they say that in Ghostbusters?
Don't cross the
Don't
streams.
cross the streams. Okay, you can end the stream, but never cross the
But
stream.
crossing the stream
No,
will end
not
our
the-
stream.
But
yeah.
end our stream,
Yeah,
and end
we can't.
everybody's stream. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Auntie, Anita.
It's me.
Anit, how are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Because I'm filing for my husband, and I wanted to know, like, how long would we get a response that it went through and nothing's wrong and would hinder him from getting it?
Okay, well, you won't know if he's hindered from getting it till he literally gets it, okay? Because something can go wrong all the way up to the very last second. Now, my question to you is, your husband's filing an adjustment application here?
Yes.
Okay, and did he get his work permit?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
How long ago did you file for him? Did he file his adjustment?
Well, actually, we're just now filing it.
All right, so this is the deal, okay? 2 things. Number 1, right now in the United States of Donald Trump, and I'm not looking to scare you, I'm just telling you this is life. In the United States of Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, father of Barron Trump, husband of Melania Trump, that United States.
45th president.
He is the 45th president, yes. We have 5 less presidents than Super Bowls. Okay, in the United States of Donald J. Trump, if you get your adjustment denied, your husband's in deportation. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get deported, because if it was a procedural error, I'm sure you'll figure out how to get out of it. You'll get a good lawyer, whatever. But really, you got to make sure you do everything right, because if you don't do things right, it's straight to deportation. Go tell a judge, and you don't want to go through that process. Now, when you file an adjustment, if you do everything properly, you should, this is the approximation, you should get fingerprinted in 6 weeks. 6 weeks after that, which is day 90, you should get your work permit. If immigration asks you for more documents, you're not getting your work permit in 90 days. You are at the back of the line, and you may or may not get your work permit depending on how you handle the situation. It may take you 180 days or even 200 days before you get a work permit, and over a year before you get an interview. Now, assuming you get your work permit, all that means is that you filed the proper paperwork and you filed the bare minimum in terms of documentation to have your adjustment application accepted. Filing a proper form and filing the bare minimum documents doesn't necessarily translate, now that I got my work permit, I'm absolutely going to get my green card. You still have to go. You still have to go for an interview, and at the interview, pass that interview. So, and you better be bringing more documents to that interview. So there's never a day. There's never a day that you can say through the process. Definitely, I'm okay. Everything is good. It doesn't work that way until the day you literally get the green card in hand.
Okay, but the lawyer also, I forgot the number of the form, but it was underneath this law that President Obama passed, where if he came as a child and went to school as a child.
That's something completely different. That's deferred action for childhood arrivals. That's something different than you filing an adjustment application for him.
But the lawyer also filed that too.
Okay, so he entered the country without inspection then? Is that correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if he entered the country without inspection, he's ineligible to adjust his status. You need to be inspected to adjust your status, even married to a U.S. citizen. So if your attorney filed the DACA application, that's the program under President Obama, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. He'll get his work permit, should get his work permit in about 180 days, but more importantly, the second thing the attorney should be doing is seeing if he's eligible for an advanced parole travel document. And with the advanced parole travel document, he could leave the United States, re-enter, be inspected, and then adjust his status. And your attorney should be hopefully explaining this to you, and if not explaining it to you, then you should be asking questions, why are we doing these things? Explain the process to me.
Okay, could you say that one more time? What is it called?
Which part did you want me to say again? I said a lot.
What you said, where he would have to come back in and get...
advanced parole. After he gets the deferred action for childhood arrivals, he needs to apply for advanced parole. Now, on DACA, deferred action for childhood arrivals, you could only apply for advanced parole for emergent humanitarian reasons, and the only humanitarian reason is death or somebody is really ill. You can apply for advanced parole for educational advancement, that you want to go apply to a school in another country, or you can apply for advanced parole for business-related reasons. One of the three. Okay? But that's something your attorney is going to be doing.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, and if you need help, hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
1-800-529-5465. This is, hello, Kristen. How are you? All right, Kristen's one of our matrimonial attorneys. I actually forgot you were joining us today, but welcome.
Hello.
How are you? You got to talk into the microphone. So this is a weird show, Kristen, because we started the first 15 minutes underwater.
Okay.
Squeeze went to Jamaica. They said that the engineers in Jamaica said, we're all set. We don't need to test anything. Okay? That was their first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The second mistake was literally turning on all the machines while it was 10 feet underwater. So then Squeeze sounded like this. Wah, 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 wah.
Charlie Brown.
And then I sounded like I was on the 50-yard line at MetLife Stadium, except, as Kyle pointed out, the only ones in the stadium are me and the groundskeepers. So between the two, it was a really bad 15 minutes of radio. Probably it would go down in history, perhaps, as one of the worst 15 minutes in American history in radio.
No.
No.
Didn't.
No,
I think it was that
No,
bad. I think it could go like if
Maybe
they
in the
do-
top 100.
If they do, if there's ever I don't know if they have. I guess there is classes or schools to go to learn actually how to do this.
Yeah.
I personally never did it. I went to school to become a lawyer.
Indeed.
Okay, but
So you're just a natural.
maybe so. But I would assume that if there was, in Radio 101, they would play the first 15 minutes of our show today and say, this is absolutely, positively everything you should not be doing.
Always test your equipment.
Always test your equipment, right? Do you ever go into battle and not test your gun?
I don't go into
You don't
battle.
go into battle ever, so you wouldn't know that.
I would
You
not.
just gotta make sure the bullets are in
Do
there.
you ever go race your car without testing the engine?
I take the subway.
You take the subway.
It's got an answer for everything.
Okay, all right, and you don't go like through like pre-check flight, before you start flying your plane.
There it is. I got to check the luggage.
You got to check the luggage.
Yeah.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That is the telephone number to call. We have 12 open lines right now. I have Kristen from our matrimonial department. We're going to talk a little bit about family law and divorce here in New York, child support issues, divorce issues, child custody issues. What other issues would pop up in there?
We do some guardianship.
Guardianships, we do some more than some. We do a lot.
Yeah, we do quite a few.
Right.
I don't want to get into that too much. Sometimes a little complicated.
Right.
There's immigration implications for guardianship.
Right. Well, one of the great things with having a really good matrimonial department, family law department here at Spar and Bernstein is that we work together with the immigration department. You wouldn't believe, I guess you would believe because you see it every day, but many people out there, maybe Kyle wouldn't believe it, but there are many, many people who come to us with immigration issues that overlap into matrimonial issues. Simply because you can only imagine all the people who are calling. We've taken about 5 or 6 calls already on, I plan on getting married and how should I handle this and how long will it take? But unfortunately, not every marriage, ends up, forever, as they say in the commercial, right?
Isn't it 50%? Is that still the rate?
I don't know, but that sounds like a pretty good guesstimate.
Yeah.
50% of people, end up in divorce. Mm-hmm. So for every person, now listen, I'm knocking on wood, okay? I am sure that every person who called today and asked about their marriage case will end up in marital bliss for life.
We hope.
I hope. But the odds are that at least one of them is going to need Kristen.
Of course.
Okay, so listen up. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Carlene Davis says, you need more than bullets, little Nikki? What does that mean? What is she even saying?
Your analogy about the gun, about you can't go into war without a gun. And I said all you need to do is make sure the bullets are in there.
I remember now. Okay.
I thought she was coming at you.
Yeah, exactly. I go, little Nikki.
Me and Carlene are friends.
No, I said every day little Nikki's beefing with somebody. Yesterday,
I have never beefed with anyone in the office.
Yesterday you were beefing with me, and now,
Don't say
now
that.
you're beefing with Carlene. She wants, all right. 1-800-529-5465. All right, so what's going on, Kristen? What are we talking about today?
I actually was just you mentioned the crossover with the immigration department. I think our listeners might be surprised to hear that we probably have the most crossover of all the departments. You might not consider, but people who have
Even more than
personal
criminal
injury
defense, personal injury,
criminal
right.
defense, personal injury,
Right,
and tax.
right.
Child support triggers tax issues that also trigger immigration problems if you have tax issues because of child support, and even personal injury. We have several cases with Mr. Russell where he has clients who are getting.
We just call him Russell.
Oh, sorry, Russell.
So we just call him. He doesn't get a Mister in front. He's just Russell.
It's too fancy for him.
Yes, yeah.
Where we have cases where he's gonna pursue litigation against a company for, some type of injury, and this person has an unresolved child support issue, so we need to take care of that child support issue. Otherwise, it could trigger, him getting a deduction in whatever he's entitled in that personal injury claim. So people don't realize that it has other implications in your life other than the immediate ones that you see.
All right, fantastic. So let me ask you a question. Somebody comes in, let's take the most typical, child support. Mm-hmm. Someone comes in, what are the biggest issues you're seeing with child support these days?
People that ignore their problems and to a point where it's beyond a situation where they can fix it easily.
Like ignoring your problems would be either one, you're on the hook for child support and you're not paying it.
Right, for whatever reason.
Or what about people, or is it more that people ignore it because they're on the hook for child support and not paying it and not doing the right thing, or they can't afford to pay it so they ignore it? Or
I think it's for two reasons. I think the ignoring because you can't pay it is a huge issue that people think,
Right.
all right, I lost my job, I'm going to get a new one, eventually I'll be able to pay it back, and they don't realize that by not paying it, you're triggering other consequences.
It doesn't go away.
Right.
It adds up like a snowball.
Right.
And then there's interest and penalties, I assume, too.
Well, I also have gentlemen who drive for a living, and they lost their job. They're still working, but they're trying to make ends meet. So they keep driving and keep not paying, and then they get a letter in the mail from the DMV saying their license is suspended. Now they can't drive or earn any money, so they can't pay their child support and they can't pay their own bills now.
Right.
So, it's a consequence that you don't ever want to face.
One of the worst things, I think this is a good rule, when it comes to family law and child support. This is a very good rule, Kyle. Listen up.
I'm listening.
You don't have any children, do you?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Good. All right. So just listen for the future.
All right.
Okay. Little Nikki, you have any children?
No.
Okay. Listen for the future.
Okay.
All right. This is very important. Rule number 1. With child support, be proactive. Meaning that if you owe child support and you miss a payment because you can't afford to pay it, you don't have the money, don't say I'll make it up. It just adds up exponentially. You ever remember? Do you remember exponents?
Yes.
Okay. Remember how big of a headache exponents gave you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now add exponents and you owe the child support together. Okay.
It's like Gremlins.
It's like gremlins. All right. So if you owe child support, do something about it immediately. The more that I'll give you a better example than exponents. Okay. And tell me if it's like cancer. It just keeps growing and growing
It
until
does.
it kills you.
It does.
Until it literally kills you.
I mean, that's what it is. It debilitates people where they can't pay their mortgage, they can't
Right.
pay their rent. I mean, you're talking about people that owe $50, $60, $100,000 in back support. And that means you're making your current obligation, which could be, up to $1,000 a month or more, and then they're tacking on your back payment. So people are paying $1,500 a month, and they're only making, let's say, $3,000. That's not a lot of money if you're giving half of it away.
Sure. And by the way, we have 2 calls on immigration. And we're going to be taking those calls. But if you do have calls for Kristen right now, you have calls. What time is it now? It's about 25 minutes left. We're going to be talking about matrimonial for another 5-7 minutes or so. So if you do have divorce calls, matrimonial calls, child support calls, child custody calls, call right now into the radio show. It's 1-800-529-5465. For some reason, I know people are very bashful when it comes to family law, but they're very happy to tell the world about all their immigration problems. So don't be bashful about family law issues. It happens.
You're anonymous right now.
You're anonymous. You are Mr. Anonymous. Okay? Does anybody know who Kyle is when he gets off the radio? No. Kyle
Serial killer.
Kyle is very famous right now, but as he walks out of the office and walks down the street, he's like Clark Kent. Nobody knows who he is, right?
It's not even my real name.
It's not even So call right now with your divorce issues. 1-800-529-5465.
You should actually look into that, Brad.
What?
It's not his name.
I want you to know. I've never personally seen his ID. So I don't know.
That's classified.
See, I'm getting a little nervous.
1-800-529-5465. Call now. Kristen's here with your family law issues, your divorce issues. And by the way, we have one question here on Facebook Live, I see.
Great.
From Darshini Singh. It says, hi, good morning. I have a friend who was married and his wife in 1988. They got divorced in 2007. But he was in jail when she filed for divorce. He never went to court. They had several properties here, wherever here is, and in Florida, so I guess in New York and Florida, and their assets were never divided. The wife took everything. He couldn't afford to pay a lawyer at the time, and now I'm encouraging him to come see you guys.
Okay.
Please tell me if there's what can be done.
Absolutely. We'd definitely be able to help him with that situation. He's describing a situation where he was incarcerated. He was likely served by the sheriff's department because they're the only ones that can really go into the jail and serve
If he was,
an incarcerated
if in
defendant.
fact he was served, maybe
Right.
he was never served.
Right. In that case, the judge probably defaulted on the divorce because he never responded by putting in what's called a notice of appearance. A lot of people do that. They ignore the divorce and then they get a default judgment against them.
Or he's in jail and he can't do it.
Right.
Right.
Well, in that case, you usually have access to
Right.
phone and telephone. You'd be able to contact someone if you wanted to get
Sure.
involved. But it's also possible the wife provided a fake affidavit of service. I've seen them.
We don't know. We don't
Yeah.
know.
But we'd help him with a post-judgment. We'd file an order to show cause to reopen that divorce and get him the entitlements he deserved.
And there is no statute of limitations.
There's not.
There is no statute. So yes, I would encourage him to call us 1-800-529-5465 1-800-529-5465 on YouTube. Everybody has immigration questions. Sorry.
Fair enough.
On Periscope, people just
I mean, listen, I like learning something new. I like when you guys answer the immigration questions.
People just say weird stuff. It's weird
Social media
stuff.
for you, right?
Weird stuff.
I have a question for
Yeah,
Kristen.
you do.
Yeah,
What's on? We got rid of that.
You did.
Why?
because you were beefing with me.
I was beefing with. What's on Little Nicky's mind?
Okay, so if a person ignores that they have to pay child support, can they, and then they finally acknowledge it, can they get on a payment plan, or did they put themselves into like a big hole?
Absolutely. You can get on a payment plan. If other consequences are triggered in terms of your driver's license or your passport being revoked, you'd have to pay a certain amount back in the back support before they would give you your license or passport back. But you definitely can call support collection unit and tell them you're willing to pay and set up some type of payment plan that's works for you.
Okay, and does that mess up your credit as well?
Well, not paying the child support absolutely messes up your credit, so it's going to be, tarnished a bit.
Oh,
was
is
a
that
segue.
a segue?
Yeah,
Thank you.
little plug there.
So not paying your
Looking
child
out for
support does
Squeeze.
screw up your credit?
Absolutely.
It screws up your. So if you owe back child support, there should be 2 telephone numbers you need actually, not
are
just
they?
one. 2. Dos números. Still in Columbia mode. Dos. That's not how
good.
you say number in.
Numerals, yeah.
Numeros.
Well,
Do-
numeros.
What?
Not numeros.
Oh, numeros.
Yeah.
Dos numeros. Dos
Telefono
numeros.
numero.
Yeah, I wish I had that. We gotta get funny, good music here.
You want a soundboard and a
I
mix
need
it.
like a soundboard. Cinco de Mayo music or something. All right, dos numeros. These are the 2 numbers you need. Okay, you owe back child support. 1, you need law offices of Spar and Bernstein to
Absolutely.
speak to Kristen, Megan. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to Spar and Bernstein. Kristen will be happy to talk to you off the air if you're scared to call on
course.
everybody. I know if that statistic is right, Mr. SMG 2.0, and 50% of the people are going through divorce, that means half the people listening who are married or potentially going to get married or have children will need some sort of service of a lawyer through family court at some point in their life.
Some might know it. They might not know it, but their partner already does.
That is
That is
very,
very true.
And by the way, it's the first to call becomes the client.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep.
So, I had a friend who was going through a divorce years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he went and he called 20 divorce lawyers just to block his
The best in town.
just to block his
Wow.
ex-wife
That's
from
genius.
just to block his ex-wife from using any of the best that he thought were the best lawyers. So, it's first to call. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Now, that's for Spar and Bernstein. But we just learned something in Little Nicky's segue. Very bright 3.0, Little Nicky.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. Little Nicky 3.0 now.
All right.
All right, so that it also ruins your credit.
Ugly credit.
Ugly credit. All right, ugly credit is an ugly thing.
It's terrible.
Terrible thing. All right, and we happen to know of a company that happens to sponsor us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that company is called USA Credit Repair.
I've heard of them.
You heard of them because
Yeah.
we talk about it every day. All right, if you say, huh? I'd be like, where have you been? We talk about this every day, USA Credit Repair.
Because it's valuable
It is
information
valuable.
that the people need.
It is valuable information. They also sponsor this, and I'm forced to do it according to a contract. But no, it is valuable. It is valuable information. And the telephone number for USA Credit, if your credit's below 700, whether it's child support or some other issues, maybe you got behind on your credit card bills, maybe you have some people who put some stuff on your credit report that shouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
Not every time it's your fault.
That happens.
Okay, it happens a lot.
Divorce clients have a lot of financial issues with
Yes.
credit, so they should be
Yes,
listening too.
Exactly. So the number for USA Credit is 1-800-872-7177. Call them now. They got a bunch of good guys answering the phone, better than the engineers. The people at USA Credit are better than the radio engineers. I can assure you that. Okay, the radio engineers, I don't know if I would call them. Okay, but I would definitely call the guys at USA Credit. It's 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. If you don't want to pick up the phone, you want to learn a little bit more about USA Credit, you can go to their website. and it's wefixbadcredit.com.
I like that.
I like that too. Wefixbadcredit.com. So, if you ever wonder what actually USA Credit does, I think the website kind of gives
Clear dead giveaway.
kind of it's a dead giveaway, right? Kind of clears up any confusion. If people are confused about USA Credit, I think if you would go to wefixbadcredit.com, all your confusion would be gone. What exactly does this company do?
They might just fix
Fix
your bad credit.
That's right. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair. 1-800-872-7177. It's a free call to them. They will even check your credit for free. And if your credit's below 700, everyone recommends that you get that credit repaired above 700. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. And thank you, Andrew Moody, who put down the on our Facebook feed, wefixbadcredit.com. All of our listeners help us advertise as well. They are fantastic.
Yeah.
Our ambassadors. Everybody's an ambassador.
It's part of the show.
Part of the show. And Kristen, you're going to hang out while we do a little more immigration?
Sure.
All right. So Kristen's here. If you do have some family law issues, divorce issues, child support issues, give us a call. We're going to go back to immigration questions now. Damien's been waiting a little bit, and then we're going to go to social media check-in. Damien,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm all right, man.
What's up?
I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
I have a friend who got married, right?
Right.
But the marriage never really lasted a very long time. However, this guy got his the green card. He got his green card and everything, but it's a conditional green card that he received.
Mm-hmm.
Now, throughout the marriage, it never lasted. They broke up because of the woman that he got married to. Just she had spending problems, so that caused them to be in debt.
Right.
And they never worked out. But now I'm wondering, though, if he was to try to remove the condition from his green card without the help of his wife, do you think that's possible?
Yes, but you're going to need the help of Kristen O'Leary.
Hello.
Because if you and your wife are no longer together, probably the worst thing in the world you can do is go back to your wife and say, help me remove the conditions. Number one, you're lying to the government. Okay, because you're saying you're living together when you're not. Okay, let's even get over that hump. Okay, which you shouldn't even get over that hump because you should never lie to the government because if it's discovered, you will never get a green card ever in your life. Who's to say that she says, yes, I'll help you? 1 second, let me finish. Who's to say, yes, she'll help you today, and who's to say tomorrow she doesn't change her mind and now you're totally screwed? Okay,
Right.
there is a way, instead of climbing over a fence with barbed wire on top, that's what that route would be, okay, is to walk down the street. There's a very nice door. You open the door, you walk through the door. And this is how you walk down the street and walk through the door. There is no law that says you and your wife must live together after you get your conditional green card for the rest of your life. All the law says is, we want a second opportunity to interview you to make sure this was a real marriage. So, you can do it jointly with your wife and say, we still live together, it's a real marriage, which I'm saying this person shouldn't do.
Right.
Or, the other option is to get a divorce. That's what Kristen O'Leary is here. That's why she even said in the beginning, immigration and divorce overlap a lot.
Very much
Okay?
so.
So you get a divorce.
They already got divorced.
If they're already divorced, then you don't need Kristen. Sorry, Kristen.
That's all right.
Then you just need me. And what we have to do is say, here's the divorce, and here is the evidence that at some point in their life, this was a good, bona fide, loving marriage.
All right.
All right, hold on 1 second. So you don't need the wife.
If this was to happen, though, how long would it take, for the condition to be removed?
The same amount of time as if it was a joint application. They're taking over a year now.
Over a year.
Yeah, but while the case is pending, you keep your green card. So you never lose your green card. It's just your green card remains conditional until you remove the conditions, and then it's permanent for life.
Oh, I see.
All right, hold on 1 second.
That's good to know. This guy did all the right things, but
did all the right things,
didn't
but
know what to do next. Yeah.
Very good. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Freddie Focus just shared at 9:47. Thank you, Freddie.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
You know who Freddie is?
Fast Freddy? Who's
Yeah,
that?
Fast Freddy. He's
Yeah.
the engineer who had us underwater.
Ah.
Yeah, it only took him 47 minutes to actually share onto the Squeeze's page.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Freddie. Very fast, that guy. 1-800-529-5465. Marcia.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am calling on behalf of a friend of mine.
Yes.
She met this guy around 2 years now, and he do time 6 years in prison for drugs. And he want to get married, but he's younger than her. She's 54 and he's 39.
Mm-hmm.
Will that be a problem?
As long as they're in love and it's a real relationship, it's not a problem. There are plenty of
Okay.
people who marry outside of their age group. There's plenty of people who date outside of their age group. They date up, they date down. As long as it's real, then great. And quite frankly, I wouldn't be worried about it as long as it's real. When you go for an interview, yes, there may be red flags. Hey, he's 39, you're 54. What the hell's going on here? But after interviewing you for 30 minutes, I'm sure they will be very satisfied and say, yes, this is a real marriage. And if it's not, then don't do it.
Okay.
All right?
And my next question. If you were married in Jamaica and you get divorced in America and you change your name on your passport, take off back the married name, use your original surname,
Uh-huh.
and then you have a social and the social still carry your married name, what can you do about that?
Go to the Social Security Bureau and change it to your single name. That's not a problem. As long as you're in legal status, you can do that.
No, if you don't have a legal status.
Then that's your Social Security number with your name until you get legal status.
Yeah, you hang on to that.
Okay.
All right? Yes, exactly. You can't. They're not going to do anything for you in Social Security until you're legal.
Okay, so you have to get married and then you just...
Correct. And when you
Okay.
get married and get your green card, then you can change your name to anything you want.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Marcia.
you
You're
very much
welcome.
and keep up the good work.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Hold on if you need help. All right, 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call to get on the radio. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call Kristen. If you have any divorce issues, matrimonial issues, child support issues, child custody, visitation.
I thought that one was going there for a second.
Yes, 1-800-529-5465 is also the number to call to make an appointment for your immigration. 1-800-529-5465 is the number for criminal defense. 1-800-529-5465 is the number for tax debt relief. And shockingly, I know this is going to come as a shock to everybody, but 1-800-529-5465 is also the number for personal injury and construction accidents.
What about tax?
I said tax.
Oh,
You listened?
I missed that.
You missed it.
I missed
All
tax.
right, are you ready for speed round?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Ready? Lightning round? Every day we change this. Sometimes we call it the speed round.
Okay.
Sometimes it's called the lightning round.
Okay.
What else have we called it?
Social media check-in.
Social media check-in.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
I think the last time I was on, it was called Rapid Fire.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to come up with a name for it, but we keep changing it all the time. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Ask your social media questions. We're ready to go. Let's go.
Any news on the U visa?
Yeah, it's $10,000 a year, and they're done for the year. In October, they'll have a new $10,000.
If you had a J1 and it says you're not subject to the 2-year rule and your DS 2019 is blank and the only skill list ticked on your country is on the not skill list, are you still subjected?
No, you're not subjected. I know what he's talking about, and the only one who
Goes over my head.
understands,
Yeah.
and the only one who understands is me and him. We're having our own private conversation, me and this guy. But you are not subject. No. Okay, next.
All right, this one's more for Kristen. Does it matter which airport you enter through after you've been filed for, whether by husband or wife, i.e. a specific airport where you live, like LaGuardia or
That is
Newark?
not.
Oh, that's a Brad question.
That's a Brad question.
No, you can enter the United States. You can enter the United States wherever you want. They're
Okay.
asking, do you have to enter the United States closest to the person who
Oh,
sponsors
okay.
you?
To make sure you're going to actually
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah,
There it is.
You can enter anywhere if you want.
Okay, I introduced my boyfriend to you. Should we be worried that he has a Class B misdemeanor mischief and is also going to he's also going for his citizenship but wants to travel soon? Should I be worried?
Okay, well, first, I thought that question was going somewhere else. I introduced my boyfriend to you. Should I be worried?
Yeah,
No,
you're like,
no. I'm like, no. If you introduced your girlfriend to me, maybe you should be worried. But if you introduce your boyfriend to me, you should not be worried. Only if you introduce your girlfriend. But yeah, Class B misdemeanor in New York State can't be a crime of moral turpitude because the maximum sentence is less than 90 days. So in terms of traveling, that should be okay. In terms of good moral character for citizenship, I don't know. I would have to review the case now. Obviously, he's our client. If he is our client, let him come and see us before he travels. Let him come and review his case with us and make sure everything is good and kosher before he goes anywhere. Because I'm giving you generalizations, not as specific about his specific situation.
Yeah, he needs to make an appointment with his lawyer.
Exactly.
Marjorie says if you're given a 1-year extension after the conditional GC due to divorce, what happens after?
Eventually, you're going to get an interview. Did you understand that question?
yeah, green card question about if you are getting divorced.
You have a 2-year card. You filed to remove the conditions. They gave you the extension on the conditional card for a year. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. You're divorced. What should you do? Eventually, you're going to get an interview, and you show up to the interview and say, "Here's my divorce. Here's the proof me and my spouse live together," and you get a permanent green card.
All right. Does a green card holder needs 3 years of paying taxes before filing for their over 21 children?
No, because you could always get a second affidavit of support, and you don't have to show tax returns till 6-7 years down the line. So don't worry about taxes right now. Just put in the papers.
I'm a citizen and would like to file for my granddaughter who's in Jamaica. She's 1 year old. 1 year old. How do I go about doing it?
You can't file for a grandchild in Jamaica. You can do an adoption perhaps, but it would have to be as an orphan. Don't go down to Jamaica and adopt because you'll never get the child here. Come see us first. But there's no direct grandma for a grandchild filing.
Okay, and Angola has the final question. Brad, I asked you this question about 10 times. How safe is it to travel on my advance parole?
100 with a little zero slash and a zero after it.
Okay.
100%.
Correct.
In case anyone didn't follow that.
Thank you, little
Thank
Annakie.
you.
He says, my confidence keeps getting higher and higher, so tell me again.
Brad's not with us.
Yes. All right, 1-800-529-5465. All right, let's go to Tasha. Tasha,
Hi, guys. A pleasant good morning.
good morning.
I have a quick question. Can you give me a flat rate of what you guys charge for a fiancé visa?
Yeah, $10 million. I'm serious.
Come on,
It's
Brad.
non-denominational. No, I don't know. There's no set fee because the reason why there's no set fee is when you meet with us, even though we give a flat fee, I give, and all the attorneys give their best guesstimate is how many hours are we going to literally work on this case? Every case is different, okay? So we take our best guesstimate because you're paying a lawyer for his or her time, all right? So as you're paying for our time, we sit down with you, and that's part of the consultation is figure out how many hours are we going to work? 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours? I don't know. And then at that point, we give you a flat fee based on what our guesstimate is. But it's not that, we have a set price. And if we did have a set price for every last human being, and, just like we were selling a refrigerator, it would actually be quite unfair to both parties. Because let's say I give you a flat rate and we end up working 100 hours and our effective hourly rate is 5 cents an hour. Okay, we're not going to be too happy as your lawyers, and and that's when you see lawyers giving less than 100%.
Right.
All right, so you say, oh, this lawyer's not interested. Yeah, because the lawyer's working a lot more hours than they ever anticipated. So that's why we can never ever give realistically a fee over the air and say yes, this is the cost. Simply because we need to meet with you, figure out what's involved in this specific case. Mm-hmm. We know what's generally involved in immigration cases, but then every case has their own nuances.
Specifics, yeah.
And specifics.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, figure out, okay, we're going to work 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours. The paralegal will work 2 hours. The lawyer will be 3 hours, vice versa. And then we calculate in our head what the price is.
It's like buying a suit. You want it tailored for
Gotcha.
your specific needs.
All right. So hold on 1 second and make the appointment. Hold on. Okay. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Oma.
Hi, good morning,
You have-
guys.
you have
I'm
a-
calling about the family question.
Yes, you have about a minute, so let's go quickly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's about a friend of mine. He got married in 1998, and he got a divorce in 2007.
Okay.
When he got a divorce, he
He
had
was in
several
jail.
Yes, he was in jail.
Yeah, you
and
asked this question online. We answered it. I don't know if you heard or not.
Sorry, I didn't hear the answer.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, so this is the guy who was in jail, and they had properties in New York
All right,
and
so
Florida.
very quickly,
Yeah.
He has relief available to him. He should come make an appointment with us. It'd
Okay,
be
thank
what's
you so
something
much.
called
I'll
a
make the
post-
appointment.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a
you.
post-judgment type of case where we try to reopen the divorce to get him the things he was entitled to at the time.
All right, so
Okay,
hold
thank you
on
so
one second. Hold on one second, all right? All right, 1-800-529-5465. Kyle, any last thoughts?
I'm glad there's no echo.
Glad there's no echo. Little Nicky 3.0.
I'm glad there's no echo.
Glad there's no echo. Kristen,
I'm glad we got some family law
we got
calls.
some family
yeah.
law calls.
I
All
like to
right,
be able to give people some
right.
info over the air.
But you want to know what? That was somebody calling for someone else. Nobody likes to ever
But you know what,
call-
though? The friend call,
Yeah.
very often I think the person calling is
ends
their
up-
own friend.
Ends up being,
But that's okay.
Ends up being
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so 1-800-529-5465. That ends the show. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get our technical issues resolved for the 12 o'clock hour. We'll be back at 12. Squeeze will be joining me from Jamaica. Until then, everybody, be well, and we'll see you back in 2 hours. Ooh. No, it's not our feet. Oh, God, these engineers.
What just happened?
The engineers. Ay, ay, ay. All right, we got to do this. There we go.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465.